Predecessors of the guitar can be traced back to the 14th century BC from Mesopotamia, Egypt, Babylon, and other Middle Eastern cultures, but today the guitar is a major part of Western culture. Some early predecessors of the guitar include the oud, the lute, and the tambour. In 700 AD, the Moors conquered Spain and introduced the oud. It was the Spaniards who perfected the guitar and made it into what we have today.
The manufacturing process of guitars has changed over the years, but the basic steps of guitar construction have remained the same. The guitar back and top are each made out of 2 pieces of wood. These pieces are planed or thinned before being glued. The 2 halves are then glued together to create one solid top or one solid back for the guitar. Braces are glued to the back of the soundboard to support it against the stress of the strings. The wood for the sides of the guitar is soaked in water to make it pliable and then bent around a hot iron. The back and top are then glued to the sides of the guitar. While the glue dries, the top and back panels are held to the sides with clamps and large strips of rubber. The neck is roughly shaped before it is attached. Once attached, it is then shaped to its final size and design. The guitar is then polished and the final hardware, such as the tuning machines and bridge, are attached.
Stephen Bauer, a current BYU student, explains his hobby as an amateur guitar maker.
The parts that I've made is this, which is the soundboard, the top part of the guitar, and then the back part of it as well. And I have the wood to do the sides, and I was going to make those back home in Virginia, but because I'm out here I don't have the tools with me, so probably some guys in downtown Provo are going to make them for me. And then some of the other parts that I bought and then kind of modified are like the fingerboard I bought. It didn't have the holes in it, so I put holes in and filled them with crushed shells. I bought the neck and things, but then I don't know, it kind of depends on what I'm actually willing to try and make and what I can find cheap, pre-made. So yeah, you end up making kind of some weird tools, like something to use as a hammer made out of a jelly jar, or a sanding board made out of a broken cutting board. So I don't know, just kind of improv it. Although most guitar makers do that anyways. They just kind of realize a need for something and build their own tools. Yeah, it has, because reading about how these are made, like the kind of like custom handmade guitars, you can see that there are some parts that would be hard to do on a mass production level, and some parts that can kind of make a big difference. So being able to control that, even though it takes longer, I think has its benefits, but then also you lose a lot of time and the price of the instrument goes way up.
Small-scale guitar manufacturers differ from amateur guitar makers in a few ways. They construct multiple guitars at the same time, use better tools, and utilize more established and refined processes, leading to a higher quality instrument. C.F. Martin & Company, a large-scale guitar manufacturer, utilizes both hand and automated processes in their construction techniques. Each worker is responsible for a different step in the construction process. Some of the automated steps include laser cutting the soundboard, the automated drilling of the holes in the headstock of the guitar, resulting in hundreds of duplicate parts, and a robotic system to polish the guitar. The low variance in these automated steps helps to produce high-quality, nearly identical guitars.
Because of automation processes today, large-scale manufacturers can quickly and cheaply produce high-quality instruments. But for a custom-made guitar, a small-scale manufacturer or amateur guitar maker are both viable options.